Tyler, we need to come up with a theme song because this is the first official episode. So I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we gotta record.
I think we should just freeball it.
Freeball it?
Freestyle. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm a great freeballing rapper.
So we just make some.
Hey, it's still off the dome though.
Oh, okay.
So penis.
Well, sure. Wow. So do you want to let's just make something up.
Do it.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking beers
No, not
and
me.
smoking weed.
Me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake,
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler. That was really bad.
That's the theme song?
I don't think so.
I'm just going to put music under that.
You should, actually. That probably would be really hilarious if you just chopped it all up and just put it in random spots.
Great. Now you're making me do more fucking work. You think I like doing this shit?
You wanted a podcast where you didn't have as much work, so I think you might in a week be like, man, I'm just bored.
No. For you that haven't listened to number 0 or the 2 one shots that we released, this is off panel, off topic, and we used to do a conspiracy podcast called Tinfoil Radio. We took a decision of what we wanted to do. And it wasn't a very hard decision. And while I did love the show and love what I was doing, I just couldn't dedicate. I mean, that's not my full-time job. Right. As much as I'd like it to be, it isn't. And
it was fun.
Yeah. And I'm glad that there are people that actually listened to it and enjoyed it. It's just,
but it got serious a lot.
Yeah, and I think for my mental health, it's probably a good thing to stop and I just don't have the time to research as well because you and I both are working multiple jobs. So we're just, we're
just kicking ass, and we don't have time.
And we wanted to do something where we were still doing content together, but we weren't stuck to this very strict story that we were trying to convey because that's what we were doing in that show, and I liked doing that, and that was good for that show, but. This is more conversational. This is more us just talking about things that we really love talking about, and that's pop culture, whether it be a movie that we just saw or a TV show that we're watching.
And see, research like this will be fun because it's like, oh, I have to watch Loki. Research for the old show, and again,
I have to watch this QAnon documentary.
The format of the show, which worked for the most part, but I mean, throughout the entire run of the show, I mean, Jake had a lot of shit to do every week. And I mean, the format of the show was me showing up and reacting.
Yeah.
And the couple times I did research was okay, but
that was by design. I wanted it to be
but it wasn't fair to you. And we started, as the show kept going on, we realized, or we just kind of had this idea that we had to get more and more serious because of the shit that's going on. And we're not going to get into that here. But the point is that we felt like we had to talk about it more and more often.
Yeah.
We even had to stop Weird Summer for like one of those. I think our last episode.
Well, I mean, the Getter thing was fucking funny.
Right, but it doesn't really fit with, you know what I mean? So
it was what we were trying to go for, yeah.
And that was like the day of decision and that honestly, one too. So
honestly, I love what we did, and I think the time that we spent on that was great, and this isn't going to be like a swan.
I learned a lot about myself.
This episode is not going to focus on that. It's not going to be a swan song for that show. That is its own thing, and we will have the discussion about why we came to the decision we did. And I do, for people that are friends with me on Facebook or follow me on Twitter or whatever, I think that I worded it in too vague to make it seem like something bad really happened. Nothing bad happened.
Yeah.
We just agreed that...
It wasn't a John and Paul split like that.
No, and it wasn't like... It wasn't sickness related or anything like that. It was just... I'm just tired. And I have a lot on my plate. I mean, we joked about it on the show, but the marriage took a lot of... as marriages always do, a lot of time, a lot of prep, and that took away from research and took away from things I wanted to do. And I'm just much more busier.
Well, your job now is...
I'm going from a part-time job to a full-time job.
And the part-time job, a lot of that was like daily, like, okay, when you get there, you have to do some stuff, and then the rest of it is just kind of running the board.
Yeah, where this is
your new job, you're much more proactive.
Doing much more many more things.
many more things.
I have a lot more responsibilities and a lot more time, and that eats up. And so because of that, I want to do something a little bit more relaxed and more conversational, and that's where we are right now. That is how we got to off panel.
That is how we got to off panel, off topic. You should put music under that.
No, we're doing the first. The first take is the first take. We're not. Jesus. Some of the and the beauty of this, I do want to take some of the concepts that we had for Tinfoil Radio and apply it to this show as well. We should definitely do a spooky summer and our spooky season. Not weird summer because
you know what?
We're past that.
I suggest we start off spooky season with the Immortal Hulk.
Sure.
Because,
but that's the thing. That's another thing I wanted to say about this. This is going to be a show that's going to cover whatever we're thinking about this week. So, like, this week is going to be very MCU focused, but next week we're going to be talking about Green Lantern Earth 1 Volume 1, and then the week after that, Earth 1 Volume 2. And we're going to be covering books. We're going to be covering reviewing
movies,
things, but we're also going to be having conversations. And so
we might go a little say with me. Stop. And we might go a little off topic. Okay, so you ready? And we might even get a little off topic.
Yeah.
Good job. Take one. Take two. No. So
that's the channel trailer right there. Off topic. Topic. Anyway, so this week, as I mentioned, is going to be very MCU centric because
we just got our minds fucking blown on Wednesday. Boosh.
Yeah.
Now, did I tell you before we go into the thing?
Sure.
All three MCU shows thus far, I've stayed awake. WandaVision, I didn't because it came out 4:00 our time. But Falcon and Winter Soldier and Loki have both come out at 2 a.m. our time.
Yeah, it's midnight West Coast.
WandaVision was 2:00 West Coast. So
yeah, why? I don't know why they did that.
I don't either. But both the previous two shows, I stayed up late to watch every episode because I just couldn't wait till the morning. Except for this past week, I was exhausted. And I was like, I just don't have the strength for it. So I went to sleep. I set my alarm for like 6 a.m., got up, got some breakfast, and proceeded to have my fucking mind blown out my ass, dude. It was great. It was amazing. I was blown away. We're going to do a spoiler-free kind of review because in case you haven't seen the whole series or the finale yet, we don't want to spoiler things. And we will give you like a countdown. Like
I'm not going to know.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck them. They need to know that they fucked up. Because I put spoilers parentheses in the title, so they should know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When we go.
Well, you don't have to do that. I mean, it's fine. We'll announce it for sure. Though.
Why don't you just put a time code on it like we used to?
Because that's more work, and this is a work-free show.
All I'm doing is typing up a little shit.
I ain't doing fuck all. No. Yeah, we'll definitely tell you when we're doing spoilers for sure. We will definitely let you know. So yeah, let's
what we're saying is we're gonna do like a chunk of it.
They know. They're on the internet.
Fine.
They know.
Do you have the internet?
I hope so. How else are they gonna listen to the show? They're
shut up.
Mobile data?
What? We don't have the fucking DVDs coming out. So
Tyler, what are your spoiler-free thoughts on season 1 of Loki?
Hiddleston was born to play Loki. He just really knocks it out of the park every time. It's just when you think you've seen everything he can do as Loki, he does something else. And hats off to the creators for, which he is one of. He's one of the producers. Hats off to them for putting him in situations that were, different from what. And I liked how you've probably already seen episode 1, so fuck you. I liked how they basically gave this Loki variant the same arc in the MCU, basically by showing him what would have happened had he stayed in the timeline. And it rocked him to his core. Not right away, but
because he was still
It accelerated that arc for him, which was a good way to do it, so that we're not like, oh, really?
Yeah, I would say by the end there's a character arc, but I just feel like this shouldn't have been a show. This should have been a movie. It should have been a Disney Plus original movie.
I could see that, but you would have to obviously carve out 4 hours of time.
There are so many parts of this show that you could just scrap.
Like what?
The whole entire episode 3, you could scrap that.
Is that the Lamentus one?
Yeah, the purple one. The episode that's just like in a purple tint the whole time.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of exposition that is necessary.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
Loki's bisexual. That's all that came out of that episode.
You fucking asshole. This asshole, I called him the next day and I was like, I don't give a shit about that episode. I even said so. And I said the next day, I was like, ooh, Loki's bisexual. Big deal. That's the entire thing. And he's fucking using it on me now. What an ass.
No, well.
You're right. I totally forgot about that. We talked about that the next day, and even I said,
with you. No, and I don't think that was. I'm not mad at it and be like, oh, this fucking wokeness shit. I'm not mad about that.
What I was saying is, yeah.
When I agree with you. I was fucking with you, but I did agree with your sentiment on that because I think that it was just too short. It was shorter than all the other episodes, and it could have possibly gone on a little bit longer, but we didn't. I just don't think that they advanced the TVA plot enough in that episode.
It didn't advance, the plot of the series, and it didn't move anything
and
forward.
I understand, and there's some issues that I have with the final episode, and we'll talk about that.
Yep.
So, what do we think about the TVA?
I loved it. I lent you that book where they're introduced in that Fantastic Four Walt Simonson.
I just realized I never gave my thoughts.
Yeah, dude. What are you talking about?
No, yeah, my thoughts on. See, it's more freeform, everybody. All right,
free balling.
We're like 38 Special. We hold on loosely.
That's Tom Petty, dude. Oh wow,
but we don't let go.
No, because if you cling too tightly,
you're gonna lose control.
You're gonna go.
Dude, stop! We're gonna get copyright strike. We were so good.
This is Dan from 38 Special. You guys have been served. You guys have been served.
Here's your letter, you asshole.
No, they bring us on stage, and they're like, you got to do this because we're old now.
As soon as you settle, I can have lunch.
Have you ever seen that movie Rockstar that stars Mark Wahlberg?
No.
There's literally a plot in this movie.
Well, it happened with the Judas Priest, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, they pull him out of the crowd, and he becomes the lead singer because the lead singer quits. It's a really dumb.
That's pretty neat. I always had dreams of that happening, but it
21-year-old movie that came out in 2000.
When I went to Lollapalooza in '93 and saw Alice in Chains, they were my favorite band ever, and I had this dream of being pulled on stage to sing Rooster with them. And I actually saw Lane Staley and Jerry Cantrell riding around the fairgrounds on a golf cart, and they said, "Nice shirt," and drove by.
Nice.
And I told you earlier that day before we left, I had the cover for Dirt. And I was like, I should bring this just in case. And I'm like, that's dumb. None of that shit's going to happen. I left it at home. And, of course, they literally stopped 5 feet away from me. Nice shirt. And I got this CD. Like, you fucking asshole.
Anyway, so nice.
What?
Okay. Ever since we got out of the bunker, we've been watching so much shows, and
we've fucking a lot of gas.
Yeah, farting.
It must have been under compression down there or something. Man.
I'm just now getting my sight back, like getting used to the sun. It's amazing. People that don't listen to Tinfoil will be like, "What the fuck are these two talking about?"
Just know that we were isolated.
If you followed us to this podcast, we appreciate you. So I loved Hiddleston as well. I think, he is just. This is what happens when you put an actor in a show where he's played a character for 10 plus years. Like he knows what makes Loki tick. He knows how to play this character, and I like that. I don't really like the whole love interest angle. Angle. I was gonna say triangle, but I guess unless he's in love with Mobius.
Well, so do you have a problem with him being in love with himself?
No, I just think that it's. I don't know. I just didn't.
I didn't like her at first.
I didn't like the relationship.
Okay.
And it's not because it's of who the character is.
I wanted to see him fuck. I don't.
It's just I don't know. I would have preferred it not to have. I hate that modern storytelling doesn't allow for it not to have a romantic lead.
Wait a second. Are you out of your fucking mind? Hang on.
I'm saying the real romantic. No, time out. No. What I'm saying is, if Loki's bisexual, then the romantic lead of this show should have been Mobius. I wanted to see those two together because I like their relationship a hell of a lot more than I liked his relationship with Sylvie.
Okay, I'll give you that, but I'll say this too. It adds so much to the subtext of the story.
He's just masturbating.
It's
a variant of him.
It's not masturbating. Listen, if there was a you, okay, all right, and a woman
We're gonna get into spoilers.
We're not spoiling anything. If there was a woman you, because
no, you're right. We're only going to worry about spoilers for the last episode.
If you were
spoilers now, if you haven't watched the show.
If there was a you who was a woman and she was like, "Hey, let's have sex," and you had sex with that woman who was you, a variant of you,
jacking it off.
That is not just jacking it off.
Then what is it, Tyler?
You're having sex with another human being.
That's you.
It's still
You're fucking yourself.
It's still a separate human being. You don't have the thoughts of that person. Are you telepathically linked to that person?
Tyler, I get what you're saying.
Then it's a different fucking person.
You stop shouting over me.
No.
I get what you're saying.
No.
I've had this conversation before because I think it's a funny conversation starter where I've said if you could go to a parallel universe where it's you, but it's the opposite sex, would
or
you
the same if you are
whatever.
Yeah.
But I was using the opposite sex.
Sure, because that's where our experience is.
Yes, because I'm in a room full of straight people. Jesus Christ.
Cooper's by.
I hate that you don't have to. You fucking bitch. You knew that if you specified and said, "Well, we gotta include everybody," you knew that would throw me off, so I would forget my train of thought.
No, you were talking about parallel universe.
Yes, and if you could fuck a version of yourself that's the opposite sex, because I was in a room full of straight people, I said yes. A few others, I think it was 4 of us, and 2 of us said yes, 2 of us said no. And when I propose that question to other people, I get different reactions. But I did get a similar reaction to yours, which is you could, but it wouldn't be the same as fucking yourself because, like you said, they have a different life experience than you do.
What do we call the stranger? It's where you sit on your hand.
Oh my God!
Until it's numb.
This got real blue, real fast.
No, this is in a movie. This is in a fucking movie. I swear, 40-year-old virgin. The joke is made in that movie.
This is earning us the hard E on
that's fine,
iTunes.
But you fucking. I'm gonna keep finishing this.
Fuck
shit.
it. Say whatever the fuck you want.
Fuck. The stranger.
Hold on.
Okay.
We got to do this. Fuck it.
Yeah. That's going to be fun, too.
If you crash your car because of that, I do apologize.
So, you sit on your hand until it's numb, and then you jerk off with it.
Jesus Christ. Are you still doing this?
Yes. I'm proving a point. Because it's supposed to be like somebody else is doing it. Now, the entire thing about having sex is that there is somebody else involved. So, ergo... Since you are not that person, that is a version of you that is female with separate thoughts, experiences, and fucking likes and dislikes and shit. And you, okay? Mm-hmm. So that's another person involved. Automatically not masturbation.
I'm just trying to say that I like Sylvie being in it, and I think her, I don't remember the actress's name, but...
Sophia DiMartino.
Yes, she does a great job, and I like her.
Great job. I
like Sylvie a lot, but what I'm saying is... I would have preferred it if them just being a platonic relationship. I don't like that they got romantically involved, but it does also make sense narratively because Loki's a narcissist. And of course he would fall in love with a version of himself. Absolutely he would.
So we just talked around the entire thing back to the front. Okay.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is I understand. No, what I'm trying to say is, Tyler, I understand why you like the romantic relationship. I'm saying I understand narratively why you like it.
So you're saying I'm a narcissist?
No, Jesus Christ, I hate you. What do we think of Mobius?
I think I told you this because we would call each other sometimes after he watched it. Because I usually watched it early. But
Owen Wilson, wow.
You kind of can't have that show without him.
No.
He plays off of Hiddleston in one of the reviews I read about. After the whole season was done, was how amazing, or was how great the dialogue was, and it really was between those two of them. I don't know how much of it was improvised, but honestly, you got Hiddleston, who knows how to play Loki,
Yeah.
You got Mobius, Owen Wilson, who's a consummate professional and is just so good at exasperated, like, authority.
Yeah. Well, and Owen Wilson's always kind of played that annoyed white guy character before.
If I'm the director of that episode or anyone with them just talking, I'm like, okay, let's do the script and then we're going to do 4 or 5 takes of you guys just doing whatever the fuck. Because you know what? We're going to get some gold out of it.
Well, and that's the thing, too. I don't
know if any of it was improvised.
I think the show worked better as a comedy, honestly. I think the show worked better when it leaned into the humor. I mean, yes, there are parts that there was too much. Like the beginning of the first episode, there's a lot of jokes. And it's like, okay. But, let's... And then it starts to take itself a little bit more seriously.
Well, there is a guy who's pruned right away. I mean...
yeah, but... And I don't want... It's not like I want like Zack Snyder's Loki or I don't want it to be super fucking dark. But
by the way, go see Zack Snyder's Civil War on YouTube right now. It's fucking hilarious.
But
you were right. All they did was like unsaturate the film.
Yeah. But I think the show only works as well as it does because of Owen Wilson. Not necessarily. I think their relationship. You're right, and I think. The reason, and I think the reason why, and I made that joke earlier in the show, but I think the reason why I don't like the relationship between Sylvie and Loki as much is because I think I enjoyed the scenes with Owen Wilson more, and I think the writing. I don't think the writing took a dip with Sylvie, but I prefer the dialogue and I prefer the exchange, and I like the buddy time cop. Idea for the show. And I understand what they were trying, and I love what they did at the end of this, but I just think that I was more invested in Loki being a time cop than I was him trying to find a version of himself.
Understood. I just to be really brutally honest, I loved these 3 shows, and we'll talk about them all as a whole, but these 3 shows so far, one of the things I've just loved is they found just this amazing way to plug in Easter eggs that may be inconsequential to the casual viewer, but say something to fanboys like me, and it's really cool. Yeah, because it's just like these shows are really good, but there's also all this background shit. Like I'm pausing all the time. Like, what the fuck was that? When they went from the top in the void, they went from the top down, and they showed all that shit underground with the Throg.
Yeah.
I had to pause. I was like, who the fuck is that, man? Like, and then I was like, holy shit.
It's Chris Hemsworth voiced it?
Yeah, that's cool as hell. But anyway, I liked those aspects of it. They plugged a lot of Easter eggs, and it's not like product placement. It's not like, hey, check it out. It's Yellow Jacket's helmet, and it's really big.
Did you notice that in the second episode, the store that they go to is a Rocksmart.
Yeah, and
which is Roxxon.
Very, very familiar with Roxxon.
They're in the comics. They're like the evil corporation in the comic books.
Yeah. They're always in the background. They're always very little to the Roxxon. Well, I will say Roxxon Corp is responsible for the death of Guardian in Alpha Flight.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I'm actually interested if they're going to bring Roxxon more, and I'm kind of surprised they didn't do it sooner.
I think they're building it up to be kind of a sinister. I don't know, like just kind of behind the scenes. Like I don't know, but I like how they keep. It's always in the background. I'm sure they're going to bring it to the forefront at some point.
What'd you think of all the different Lokis?
I thought it was when I saw. I grew up with comic books, man. This is probably one of the greatest eras of entertainment for somebody like me because all of this stuff that I grew up reading is on screen, and I'm watching it happen live now. It's fucking cool.
You had Kermit Loki.
Mm-hmm. But I liked. That's why I liked Richard E. Grant's costume so much. Is because it looks exactly like the fucking costume from Avengers #1.
Yeah,
and that's just like that's so. It's another one of those fan service callbacks, But it works for the story, though. You know, like nobody says like that's a weird costume.
I'll be honest. When I first.
I liked Kid Loki a lot. Yeah. He was pretty badass.
My first reaction to it, because you end episode 4. Going into episode 5 with because he gets pruned and you think Loki's dead. So then in my mind, I thought Sylvie was going to be the lead, and then that was going to be like the Loki show was going to be
which
her.
Was actually a good thought. I remember you telling me that, and I was
Cooper!
like, that's
Hey, get down. Sorry, folks.
I remember
I got
you.
a dog.
I remember you.
In case you didn't know.
I remember you saying that, and that actually made a lot of sense to me.
Go ahead. Keep talking.
That actually made a lot of sense to me to have him, to have her be like the thing of the star of the show. But I've also read yesterday. I read an article where Tom Hiddleston has literally said if
He'll play it forever.
if they want him to, he will play it for the rest of his life, which is rare for an actor.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad they
Nice
did
work if you can
do
get it,
that,
though, right?
But I just I remember at first being like, I don't know, and then I enjoyed episode 5, but it to me it just feels like I do think you could have told this story in a movie.
Probably.
I think you could have made this a little over 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
And you could cut down. I mean, yeah, you do use it to your benefit because then you can explain what the TVA is and all that. But in my mind, if you would have done this right instead of, or you could have released Spider-Man at the same time, I guess. But if you release this right after Endgame, you don't have to spend that whole sequence in the first episode recapping the other movies for this version of Loki, because you don't have that. You could just show it, and the audience already knows. But you don't need an extended scene to show him in the. I don't know.
That's what I think.
It's hard to explain because I feel like that is useful. I think that is important to have, but it's also I think that big recap scene was more for the audience than anyone else because it's like, hey, it's been a while since Endgame.
Like I said when you said it could have been done in 2 hours. Yeah, but there's a lot of exposition. It is,
and we'll get to fucking exposition.
I think that's why I'm giving the shows a lot more patience, especially after WandaVision. And we'll get into all that. But after WandaVision, that was what, 10 episodes?
9, I think. Yeah.
Okay, but it was long, and those were like 30-minute episodes too. So
and Falcon Winter Soldier were 6-hour-long episodes.
Yeah, and I just remember at the end of WandaVision, I'm like, I'm not going to be like this for the rest of the shows because I drove myself nuts trying to figure out what was going on in WandaVision. And if you don't know by now, then fuck you. It was, it really wasn't that big of a reveal. I mean,
no, it wasn't.
It was basically House of M, like in a suburb.
Well, we'll talk more about that later when we talk about the. But
I told myself not to get like that with the other shows. I told myself to give myself more patience because I knew that they were going to use these shows to provide more exposition than they can get in movies. They're going to use these to develop these characters more fully than they can in movies. So I gotta give them props for doing it, even though sometimes I'm like, all right, could have done with that Lamentus. Yeah, I felt the same way. And
well, and you'll drive yourself crazy trying to do things. And I caught myself in the finale episode of Loki doing that, and I told and actually laughed because out loud I'm like, just enjoy the show, Jake. That's what I had to remind myself because
I paused it a couple times.
If you get sidetracked from that and you try and start predicting that, and it goes back to what I've always said, is it's cool to have theories, it's cool to have predictions. I mean, there's going to be a prediction portion of this very episode, but it's also, we don't own these properties.
No.
So don't get upset when they do things that you don't like, because you also have to understand this is the story they're telling.
Right.
Yes, it's a symbiotic relationship. They need us for money. We need them for entertainment. But
and it's good.
They should. If we have like legitimate criticisms, yes, I think they should listen to them. But don't listen to this. Well, it should have been fucking
whoever
should have been not Mobius, Mephisto. And this is how you bring in the X-Men. And
right.
And it's like, they don't have to tell that story, and it goes also back to people being mad at Taskmaster and how they portrayed Taskmaster in Black Widow. Now, personally, I understand that is how he was in cartoons and comic books, and like he has that fucking Brooklyn accent and all this. I liked it being switched to this character that they have, where it's just this fucking.
Also,
I like it being a Terminator, dude.
Also,
I like it. Taskmaster.
It's fucking Taskmaster. Shut up.
But he's a C-list villain.
Yeah, shut up.
And look, it's much to me with that costume. It looks much better in my mind. Much more. It looks cooler to have it be a fucking Terminator. It's better the character being a Terminator.
You want to get upset about some sort of casting like mistake or whatever in the MCU? Let's talk about Martin Starr, a white dude, being cast as Amadeus fucking Cho in The Incredible Hulk. Oh, and they also cast a dude as Samuel Stearns, but no leader so far.
We don't talk about it.
And I gotta be honest, even if they do have a leader, I do not want it to be Ty fucking Burrell, dude. He's fine, but
I don't
he's
know what
not.
the fuck you're talking about. We're moving forward.
Ty Burrell is the guy from Modern Family, and he played
I know who he is.
Samuel Stearns in The Incredible Hulk. And at the
dude, again, I don't
forget it.
I'm just I'm just saying that movie is so inconsequential. It doesn't really matter.
It really is. But the problem is that it's
except for
canon,
Abomination's coming back.
The problem is that it's canon.
Yeah, and Abomination's here.
So
whatever.
That's what I don't like it when the MCU takes like a seemingly fan favorite character and kind of does a throwaway thing with them. I'm not saying Taskmaster is, but those two characters alone in that one movie are characters that have already come and gone, and now the powers that be in Marvel are like, well, we can't use them again. But
you could definitely
in a little bit when we get into the spoiler heavy exposition of Loki, you might find out that's not truly the case.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah. You ruined this whole thing. Also, I'm just kidding.
You just ruined it for everybody.
I'm sorry, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
What?
The way I did. You got really angry.
No, I keep forgetting. What?
No, you just got upset with
My
me.
face is red.
I was just giving you shit because I think that
super pissed.
No one talks like it. The MCU acts like yes, it's canon, but they're like we don't talk about that fucking movie.
They really don't.
Whereas like Dark World, everybody hates that movie, but they're like, well, we're gonna make that movie important now, just to spite you.
And
they're gonna constantly
that's the
keep
same
chipping
thing
away.
with Abomination and Shang-Chi. And what else is he gonna be in? She-Hulk?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. With
Tim
She-Hulk.
Roth has been confirmed
but that's what I'm saying of like
the guy in She-Hulk cast.
What I do love about what this show does is it does make the Dark World more important, and it does what Endgame tried to do. And I don't know. I don't think Love and Thunder will try and make Dark World matter. Well, I guess it is because Jane's back. But it's just interesting that movie that I can't remember.
You don't think her being infected with the Aether will have anything to do with her being worthy of Mjolnir, will it?
I don't know. I have no
Great.
I have
Just
no
spoiled
idea.
Love and Thunder
Maybe
for
Steve
everybody.
just gave it to her when he went back. He's just like, hey, I got a feeling.
Gave it to her, all right.
Oh, and here's the hammer, too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I met a dog last night thinking high five.
My dog can high five.
Oh, yeah. See it. Just kidding. No, he's laying down.
I don't want
Leave
to
him.
interrupt the
Leave
show
him.
more than I already
Just
have.
leave him.
Let's get into the spoilers. Everybody.
That's where that let sleeping dogs lie thing comes from.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Thank you. Now we are in spoilers. So if you have not seen the finale to Loki season 1, do
Yes.
not listen to this. Stop. Stop it.
Stop it. I'm going to give you one more chance. Stop.
Go watch it.
Go watch it.
Come back.
Come back. I'm going to give you one more chance. Stop. Go watch it.
Get off. Or no.
Rub your penis. Get off.
Come back.
Come back. Damn it, you got me all discombobulated. But that's
All right,
it.
you've
That
been
was
warned.
your last warning.
You've been
Fuck
warned.
you.
We're in spoilers, motherfucker.
Here's my finger.
Kang the motherfucking Conqueror.
Ooh, that was so cool. It wasn't Kang, but yes. It was.
First, I understand some criticisms that I've seen about this
I
particular
have too.
episode, and it's valid.
Sure.
I do think it is unconventional to show your antagonist in the final episode and then have a 20-minute exposition dump on your final episode.
I liked that because I was
But-
looking for answers
Yeah.
and I got them. And also, the guy's insane.
But listen, that being said, I enjoyed this a lot because of its implications. Because, like we were talking about, it has essentially opened up the Marvel Cinematic Multiverse. So it's no longer just a U. I think it's the MCM now.
Do you know
where it's
what
the multiverse.
in the comic books what Kang's real name is?
He goes by many names.
What his like?
He goes by
when he was
Immortus,
just a
he
human
goes
dude
by-
before he figured out everything.
Oh yeah, it was Jonathan Richards.
Nathaniel
Richards. That's what it was.
Who is a direct descendant
It's Jonathan Majors who plays him. That's why I said that.
of Reed Richards,
Yes.
bitches.
Yes.
That is fucking cool. That's literally like the biggest implication to me is that fucking Reed Richards exists in the MCU. He has to.
Well, yeah, this implication is, yeah, this is how they set up the Fantastic Four.
The mutants always being around in just a different timeline.
Yeah,
they can have an Exiles movie, dude.
Well, and that's the fun thing. You could also make X-Men self-contained again.
Yes,
because they're saying, well, from my world, there's no superhumans. There's just mutants. And they come in here and they help, and then they go back to their world, and that's how you do the X-Men first movie. Like, there's so many things to go off of this. So,
right,
essentially,
it basically
let's talk about the episode first, and then kind of work into our phase 4 predictions. Okay. So yeah, they finally get to the end of time. Sylvie and Loki.
Did we talk about Jonathan Majors' performance?
We will.
Okay.
So they go into this. They talk to Miss Minutes, which is a very important dialogue because I was going into this episode, and we already had the reveal that the timekeepers aren't real; they're just androids. And after that moment, then I knew. I go, okay, they're gonna put Kang in this show. And
I kept thinking Immortus.
Stop doing that. I hate when these don't, because we're gonna get the comments. I don't care. He's Kang. Kang is all of these guys. I'm not gonna say, well, this is Immortus and this is Kang. It's fucking Kang the Conqueror. We know that's what it is.
He doesn't like me because I read comic books.
No, it's because you did that motherfucker that pushes.
He's a bully.
Well, actually, he was Immortus. Like, I fucking know who he was. Son of a bitch. For, you know what? For all the fucking commenters.
Big deal. You can fucking read, Tyler.
Yes, he's Immortus, but he was originally cast as Kang the Conqueror. And the villain itself, everyone talks about, the blue motherfucker, is Kang, all right?
Purple and blue.
Purple, green, and blue, actually. His skin's blue. His suit is purple.
Oh, boy. This is going to be a fun show.
Yeah, I don't want to do this. I fucking hate that shit. You're gatekeeping, Tyler.
What?
Gatekeeping.
What does that mean?
You're saying like, oh, well, I know more than you. And no, I'm kidding. You're not gatekeeping. I'm just fucking with you. Any Hoosiers.
I like telling people stuff because...
you know what? Actually, his name isn't Immortus, motherfucker. It's He Who Remains.
Well, I know that.
So don't start with me.
No, but I like telling people that stuff because I know a lot of people who watch these movies that have never read a comic book.
I was going to get to that.
I know you have, so I'll just leave it alone.
Yes, but yeah, he's playing he's playing the Immortus version of Kang.
Yeah, it's my thought, but yeah,
that's what people are speculating.
Look, he's right. I hate to admit it, but he's right. Most of what I do is kind of irritating. And truly, they are all Kangs. Rama Tut is Kang. Immortus is Kang. The Red Centurion is Kang.
And you know what?
They're all Nathaniel Richards, just different versions of them.
No, and that's what I was trying to get at.
So it is kind of silly in the comic books. However, in the comic books, they've become their own characters. Like Rama Tut is not Kang, even though Kang was Rama Tut before he became Kang. It's a weird shit.
Iron Lad becomes
I don't go along with those Young Avengers storyline. I don't care.
They're going to set up Young Avengers.
That's great. And I don't get the whole fucking draw of the Young Avengers. Why? What? What's the fucking
Teen
deal?
Titans. That's just exactly. That's the only reason it exists. It's a teenage superhero team.
Why? I'm not a teenager. I don't give a shit.
So anyway, yeah. So
but all the teenage
they only name him as He Who Remains in the show, but it's definitely speculated that he's the Immortus version of Kang. And we meet him in an elevator, and there's just when that scene happens, I said, "Holy fuck!" out loud because I was like, he lied because Jonathan Majors said he wasn't in the show. And so he's in the. I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like they're gonna do this, like because then I had that speculation because going in, they talk about the timekeeper getting killed, and then Miss Minutes keeps saying he instead of they. So I was like, "Oh, she's implying Kang." That's what I kept thinking. And then he finally showed up, and then we get that 20-minute. It felt like I don't know if it was 20 minutes, but it was a very extended monologue. Well, not necessarily monologue, but exposition dump.
I loved it.
I loved the whole
miniatures.
Lore.
That was fucking cool as shit. The little Kangs. They had the little helmets and the fucking costumes on. And it was like, that's fucking Kang! If you had any doubts at all at that point.
But I understand I do understand a lot of the criticisms behind this because it is. I think they do their best to try to explain to a broad audience, but it is a lot to take in at the end of this show that you're already kind of like, this is kind of weird and I don't know what's going on. And then you get to this scene.
Maybe I'm a nerd, but I loved it.
Well, no, I did too. But there's obvious. I think there's obvious criticisms of the fact that you just pulled this guy in last second to do all this exposition to set up a movie.
I was wanting answers and I got answers.
A movie that I don't know.
He's setting up the entire phase 4.
But here's my problem. Here's my problem with that. Not everybody's going to watch Loki. So a lot of people are going to go to the Ant-Man movie and be really fucking confused by who this Kang guy is. The other two shows are inconsequential. Yes, they move the narrative forward for those characters, but at the end of the day, Sam's Captain America, and we've already talked about this on number 0 when I said I think audiences are smart enough to pick up that when he gave him the shield, he became Captain America. Now, if you want more character and you want a deeper story, then yes, you can watch the TV show. But you can honestly go and watch Cap 4, and I don't think you'd be lost. Whereas if you go and watch any of these other movies, if you don't watch Loki, you're going to be a little bit confused of like, who is this character?
Well, it's your fault for not having Disney Plus, you fucking
But
punk.
that's why.
I have no patience for you. If you can't watch a TV show every week and 7 movies a year,
Tyler, this is what I'm worried about with this multiverse idea. Because now,
Me too.
I was excited at first. Now I'm a little worried because while I love the idea that they were like these little 6-issue miniseries runs in between events, is what I was describing it as, like comic book terms.
yeah,
It's just like when they have these fucking crossover issues in these event books, and I'm like, I don't want to read it. I want to read this storyline. I don't care about this. Move this narrative forward.
the problem with making
That being said, I love Loki. I love the show. I love that they brought in the TVA. I love what they did. But I can understand that there's some people out there that are like, I don't want to fucking, why do I need to watch 6 hours of this, 6 hours of this? And then, I understand why people would be frustrated by they're like, I just want to watch the movies.
Well, the problem with making comic books into movies and TV shows is that they no longer have the corner panel editor note that they do in the comics.
They should have those, like a little subtitle.
Kind of.
I think so.
Maybe just add remember when you had like a DVD and they had like a trivia track?
Yeah.
And something would come up and you pressed OK and it
Yeah.
took you to another thing? Maybe they should start doing that because the editors don't. You know what I'm talking about.
But I am worried about that because then that also might break
break the fucking
Unless there's an option at the beginning of the show when you're getting ready, there's
Sure.
like a button to say, "Do you want?"
or release it on
editor's notes?
DVD with it.
Maybe, I don't know.
And then that way people who whatever.
Well, and I think that, and look, I know it sounds silly, but I do think that Netflix and I know Netflix has done it in the past. I do think they should release these streaming shows physical in case somebody's like, I don't want to pay the $10 a month or whatever to have. Is that how much Disney Plus is? I don't know.
So you're gonna pay the $60 for the season? That's stupid.
Well, if they were gonna binge it anyway. I don't know.
Pay the.
No, you got plenty of fake emails. Get free trials. No, I'm sorry. We got off track because of that.
Well, this is the part of the show, but I want to finish.
I want to clear.
Okay,
I want to clear my thing.
Yeah.
I do like the show. I love this scene a lot.
Yeah.
Me personally, I love this.
Yeah.
But I understand how
I got caught jerking off.
It's what the fuck. I understand how someone who doesn't watch this could be lost and not understand. Anyway, continue, Tyler.
I wanted to, for the audience who maybe doesn't know what the editors know. So, it's pretty simple. Comic pages are divided up into panels, and sometimes they'll reference something that happened in another book or an event or something.
It'll be a little asterisk.
It'll be a little asterisk next to their dialogue in the bubble, and then on the bottom of the panel, there's an edit. There's a as seen in da 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 da, and they might be really really detailed about it. The guy who did, I think it was Mark Grunwald, edited Walt Simonson's run on Thor, and he actually had a lot of fun with his editor's notes. And they often are helpful.
Are you worried that?
But I'll tell you this: as long as I've read comic books, I have read books where they reference something.
Right.
And I didn't read that book, and I had no desire to, and I wasn't going to. I was perfectly fine with the book that I was reading.
Yeah.
I'll say that. in terms of I do understand the concern because I kind of have the concern too.
Yeah.
I don't want to get caught up watching all this shit.
But you understand that you and I are like, fuck it, give me all this shit.
Right.
Because we'll watch it.
At some point, though, even I'm going to be like,
right.
Do you see how many shows are coming out?
Right.
And movies.
Well,
There's 4 this year
like
alone.
all the Star Wars series, all the other fucking... Like,
Right?
we haven't even heard anything about Armor Wars or any of the other MCU shit that's going on.
Ironheart, yeah. Fucking
but
Secret Invasion.
In a way, I kind of like it because it is supposed to be... It's hard because it feels...
Yeah, it is.
These things feel impactful, character-driven stories, which are good.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, they kind of feel inconsequential, and they're just there to set up the next phase. So I'm imagining Armor Wars and Ironheart and whatever else they're going to do, like What If, is going to be kind of this side thing. But
What If is going to come out of this is, I think it's interesting that they revealed that that there was going to be an overarching narrative in this series in What If, like almost a week before the finale of Loki, which is, hey, by the way, the entire fucking multiverse is at play.
Yeah.
And you know what it's going to lead to eventually? Secret Wars. The second one, not the first one. Mm-hmm. Where Doom basically reality is going to, the multiverse of war is going to result in reality breaking, and Doom is going to hold it together with his will, which is what happened in the Secret Wars comic books. Mm-hmm. And they have like that's the Thor Corps. Did you hear about that? Mm-mm. It's an excellent fucking book. All the Thors on Battle World in this Secret Wars series are all the different Thors are the cops. And
they're like the Green Lantern Corps, but Thor.
More like a Law and Order. More like a Cops on Earth type of thing. Like seriously, like they actually they go like drinking
patrol,
and shit.
They patrol
and they're detectives.
space.
Right, but here's the thing: all these
that sounds awesome.
All these Jane Fosters are getting killed off, and only one of the Thors wants to investigate. All the other Thors are trying to convince him not to, and it's really excellent. It's like Law and Order, but it's all Thors in a comic book. I'll let you borrow it when I find it, but it's really fucking great. Some of the other stuff wasn't that great. I mean, you can have fun with mashups and stuff.
Yeah,
they came out of it with the Secret Warps, which was fun, but
and I don't know.
I would love to see the original Secret Wars, and I always had a plan for Fantastic Four to get introduced into the MCU back in the day.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, I think we're getting too more.
Oh, we're getting too much into the nerdy shit.
We're getting into the Phase 4 predictions stuff, and that's fine because that's where I want the conversation to go. Because I what this does essentially, what happens with him, he never says his name. They just refer to him as He Who Remains, and I was telling you this when
he's
talked.
credited as He Who Remains in the credits too. So
when we talked after I watched it. I remember saying like it was such a sly little like wink and tongue-in-cheek line delivery as well, but just the line itself is, I had a lot of names: a ruler, a conqueror, and I was just like, oh, you sons of bitches! Like I know that, and it's so funny because they never
emphasize the word conqueror. Conqueror, and it was like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, and I think it's played really well. I love
Jonathan Majors kicks ass, dude. I will watch him.
I've been a Jonathan Majors stan big time since Lovecraft Country because I fucking love that show. I think him
by the way, fuck you HBO Max for canceling that shit. Fuck
him
you.
and oh god, what's her name?
Jussie.
No. It's Smollett, but it's not.
I think it is.
It's his It's his sister. Yeah,
I'll look it up. You keep talking.
Smollett, that's in it. She's great too. But I became a huge Jonathan Majors fan after that. I think his performance is great, and that's why I loved his performance in this because it's such a departure from the character that he played in Lovecraft Country, where this is a little bit more over the top, a little bit more.
Journey Smollett,
yes. She's fantastic. She's also in Birds of Prey.
She's, oftentimes you hear about character actors, and generally you think about male character actors because, just for whatever reason I do. But, I forget about like Meryl Streep. Actresses like that who can truly, Charlize Theron, who can truly embody like an entire character. And I will say this, I saw Birds of Prey. I was very, very interested in the Black Canary character because I like Black Canary in the comics, and also she was really hot in the movie. And then I watched Lovecraft Country, and I paid a lot of attention to that character because she was a big part of it and also very attractive.
I mean, she's the co-lead.
He had to tell me that they were the same fucking actress. That's what I'm saying. Like, you cannot honestly.
No, yeah.
If you show,
especially if you do what I did and you watch Birds of Prey and then you watch Lovecraft
which
Country,
is what
like
I did.
You did.
Yeah,
they're two very different characters. And I think
a lot of it has to do with Black Canary's hair in Birds of Prey.
And her outfit is different because
she's very
Lovecraft Country is more of like a period piece,
like 50s, and then in
60s, yeah,
right,
like
and
50s,
then she's
60s
more
in that
like
area.
punk and like kind of gutter trash. That's not accurate.
Yeah, when you look at like 60s, like Jim Crow era America,
right? Yeah, and in Birds of
you
Prey,
look at
she's
modern day superhero movie, very different.
Yeah. Different. But that's a credit to me. That's a credit to her, just her acting range. Is that I had no fucking clue.
And that's what I love about.
And she sang, I think, herself in Birds of Prey, didn't she?
And I think it's similar in this with Jonathan. Yes, she did. I don't know if that was actually her or not, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
But very talented actress.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that goes back to the Jonathan Majors performance. Like I was saying, he plays such a different character in this than he did in Lovecraft Country. And I'm wondering, and you and I talked about this. I'm wondering,
he's so much more stoic.
Are they going in Phase 4? Are they going to make Jonathan Majors play Kang differently? All the different versions of Kang differently? Because this is speculated to be the Immortus version.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to play? First of all, which version of him are we getting in Quantumania? Are we getting Kang the Conqueror? And if that's the because I think they did explicitly say that.
They've said that he's been cast as Kang. I don't know.
Well, then he's going to play that completely different. That's going to be the militant, angry, like vengeful type.
I kind of can't wait to see that character as like just a fucking bad fucking dude, man.
Oh yeah,
like a guy that nuts, and then just being all powerful and also fucking ruthless.
Do you think he's going to show up in Spider-Man? No Way Home.
I hope they treat him like Thanos. Not completely like it, but I hope they treat him like they kind of keep him in the background. Not necessarily in the foreground, kind of on the periphery until he comes out, like with Infinity War and Endgame. Is when he truly kind of came out and stuff. And maybe they could do the same thing with Secret Wars or whatever. Like, if that's the next big Avengers thing they could have. Because that worked really well to be a largely Thanos-centric film. Infinity War was kind of...
It's Thanos' movie.
It was Thanos' movie. I would fucking totally pay to see a movie full of Jonathan Majors playing different versions of the same character.
You know what's funny is people would argue that a lot of people like Infinity War more than Endgame because it's a Thanos movie.
You could fucking call the next Avengers movie Avengers versus Fantastic Four because it's a book that was actually out at one point.
Well, yeah, they always fight each other. There's Avengers versus X-Men.
This is how you lead into Secret Wars and how you give Kang his own movie. Because he's the fucking descendant of Reed Richards, and you just mash all that shit up, and it comes out that Fantastic Four has been stuck.
Well, and Mobius
by Kang this whole time.
In the 616 continuity, Mobius puts them on trial for time crimes.
Yeah, he does. It's a great book.
So that's why a lot of people thought that that Mobius was gonna be what sets it up, but who knows? I think that they probably will have him play it a little bit differently, and. This could be like Avengers 1 where this is showing Thanos but not doing anything with him until much later, or this could or it could be a completely different approach where they just put him everywhere, and which it would get annoying. But then you look at the lineup.
But the way that they set it up, if you
look at the lineup, it makes sense.
And he would play a different character in each one.
We don't know the fucking plot to No Way Home. Although Alfred Molina kind of just said, "Yeah, I'm in it." So this could be
Tobey Maguire, bless your heart. We know you're in it, dude. He's still trying to be like, no, I'm not.
Because this happened, now that opens it up. Yes, Multiverse of Madness, I'm assuming we'll deal with this. And I'm assuming No Way Home will deal with this because while Tobey Maguire, they explicitly released a statement saying that he's starring in this movie, his first live action appearance since like 2009 or whatever. And I was like, that's a weird press release.
What was it?
Saying that it was announcing that this other movie that Tobey Maguire in.
Oh yeah.
I I'm like, that's a silly press release because you rarely see that. Now, have those been in the past? Yeah, I'm assuming. Like when Schwarzenegger went back to acting after being the governor. I'm sure there's some article like that.
Governor,
but why would Tobey Maguire be that unless they're trying to do the look? He's not in Spider-Man, everybody. He's not. And then Andrew Garfield keeps laughing it off nervously in conversation. He's like, no, I'm not in this fucking movie. I don't know what you're talking about.
Women are still attracted to me, aren't they? I used to date Emma Stone.
What the fuck? That's his deflection? I don't know.
If I was Andrew Garfield, that would be mine. I used to date Emma Stone. Go fuck yourself.
Get out of my life.
Get out of my life. I've seen her naked.
So I don't know if he'll be in those, but I do think it would be. He might be in those, but what was the other one? God, I don't think he's going to be in Shang-Chi in the 10 Rings.
No,
why would he?
I think Shang-Chi and Eternals probably won't.
He's probably not going to be in Love and Thunder.
With it. Might be, but I think they don't show him at all again until Quantum Mania. To be honest,
maybe. I'm saying it's a possibility that he could show up in the Spider-Man movie, but I don't think he will.
There was also a fan theory while we're on Phase 4. There was a fan theory that when Wanda hears her children's voices at the very, very end of WandaVision.
Didn't they change that?
Yeah, they did. But
what did they change it to?
They changed like some graphics, some of the FX.
Oh, okay.
Not much.
Go ahead.
But when that happened is exactly when Sylvie killed He Who Remains and split open the multiverse. That's a fan theory. My theory is that they're going to keep Loki self-contained for the most part and say that since it's outside of the timeline and it doesn't run on the same time as everything else, they can just say that Loki went to the TVA right after Endgame and he
went after the first Avengers.
Sure. Yes, you're right.
That's what this variant is.
So after Avengers, he went directly to the TVA. Okay, fair enough. But then he didn't come back from the TVA after season 2 until the next big movie.
Right.
They could say that.
Yeah. And we don't even know what reality he's in because we're in a reality where Mobius doesn't know who he is.
I know. Here's the thing. I don't want to see Loki in Love and Thunder, and here's why. Because I want
to see a Thor movie without Loki.
Also, I think it would kind of trash the show a little bit. It would
trash the show. It trashes Endgame.
Yeah.
Because that completely derails a great emotional arc.
Thor has to continue to think that Loki's dead.
Yes, and this Loki can never run into Thor in the Thor that we know because. Yeah,
maybe a couple of years from now in a big movie I could see it, but Thor, not in Love and Thunder.
By the end of Ragnarok to the end of Endgame, Thor actually has one of the best character arcs in that time frame because he changes and we have a goofier, fun-loving Thor, but at the same time he loses Asgard. He has to rebuild Asgard, and then not much long after that, most of those people he saved are killed. And then he watched his brother get killed. And then he finally kills Thanos, goes into a depression after it because he thought that would make him happy. It just
revenge never comes out
it never
the way
does.
You want.
Yeah, revenge never actually makes you happy.
No.
Yeah.
There's always and then what?
And you have that emotional arc, and then he finally gets back to being happy again when he's with Steve and Tony and they save the universe and he's with the Guardians and he's finally happy again. All that emotional weight and all that character growth would absolutely get eliminated if Loki was in Love and Thunder.
Did you see, since we're off panel...
In any other capacity than him seeing him in a different reality, I don't think would work.
Right. That's what I'm saying. In the next big event movie, if Chris Hemsworth is still around...
I think Chris Hemsworth is the same as Hiddleston. He'll play Thor until he's dead.
Probably.
Which is fine. I fucking love him as Thor.
Did you see that Lego is coming out with a new set called Bro Thor's New Asgard?
Oh, so it's going to be Chunky Thor?
It is literally Chunky Thor, Korg, and a little...
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
A little head of Meek.
I've never wanted a Lego set until I've seen that.
They also got a bunch of what if sets coming out too, which is going to be cool. And they're finally coming out with an Ironmonger set.
Also, think about that. Taika Waititi's a crazy son of a bitch. He shows up in the MCU. He's like, I'll do the next Thor movie. I'll make it a comedy, and I want to be a rock guy. That's not the thing.
Did you see the Free Guy reaction?
Yeah, I have.
Awesome.
Well, that's what I was getting at, was the fact that Taika Waititi just fucking shows up in the MCU late in the game and then makes one of the most beloved, wholesome characters in the whole universe. That he got himself into fucking Endgame just being like, hey, he's doing it again, Thor. He's yelling at me. You know, like he's super mad. And why does he have a Kiwi accent? Oh, fuck it. It's Taika Waititi. And then he goes, you know what? I'll bring Korra back in the next Thor movie I make. Like, what the hell? I love it so much. I love that they gave him Thor. Like, it's such a weird partnership that works. And again, I think if Loki were to show up in that, it would kind of kill what he's trying to do.
He tapped into the weirder aspects of
the cosmic
Thor.
aspect.
Yeah.
The alien.
The Kirby.
Yeah.
Cosmos. He kind of melded those together, and kind of a little bit of Ditko too. But
can I while we're talking about Phase 4 and Loki, how it ties in the future, like, can I pitch you an idea? Have you read the current Thor run right now that Donnie?
I have not been reading
Donnie
that. No,
Cates
Donnie Cates.
Donnie Cates.
I am reading Beta Ray Bill though.
In that, and I haven't read past the.
Bring me Beta Ray Bill in the MCU.
I'm halfway through the
fucking
first
bastards.
I'm halfway through the first arc because it's on Comixology Unlimited, and
okay.
Thor becomes the Herald of Thunder for Galactus.
I've read about that.
Yeah.
I read those
There's
CBR.
this thing that he called
CBR.com and
yeah, because
Screen Rant.
He Donnie loves to
dude, he's badass.
he loves to just retcon.
Silver Surfer Black was one of the best.
It's this thing called the Black Winter.
Okay.
Coming, and Galactus shows up on Asgard and tells Thor about it. And Thor says, I'll help you. And he goes, no, you're not going to help me. And just help me. And then Galactus shoots the power cosmic into Thor. So now Thor is...
Like he needs it.
And the last page is a splash page. And it's... Because this is what I love about Donnie. He loves his mythology and gods and shit. But the last page is him getting black... Like Thor sitting there, getting a new costume. It was like this black and blue... like lightning running through him, and it's like, you'll be my herald of thunder. And it's one of those things where I look at it and I see the art and it's so great, I just go, I fucking love comic books, dude. Like, it's one of those, you see those splash pages where you're like, fucking God, this is going to be cool. And then, I read more of it, and it's a really cool story. He fights Beta Ray Bill at one point, because Beta Ray Bill's like, why the fuck are you helping Galactus? And he's like, no, you need to understand my enemy of my friend.
And this series comes out of the fact that Thor destroys Stormbreaker during that fight.
He does.
This whole series is about him finding a new...
Oh, the Beta Ray Bill miniseries. We'll talk about your comics that you brought. But
I brought comics.
I'm wondering, like, what if Love and Thunder what if that's another thing they could set in motion towards Galactus, is having Thor being the Herald of Thunder or something like that.
I think
not in Love and Thunder. I think it'd be later.
I could see that, but you can't have Galactus without Silver Surfer.
And you can't have... And I think you have to... I feel like Galactus should be a Fantastic Four because they were the first to beat him.
You gotta bring in the Ultimate Nullifier, man.
Well, if you're going to do that, do the fucking... The only way I would allow it would be really cool, and they wouldn't do this, but I would love it because it'd be such a departure from the MCU whole. Do the Marvel storyline. But have Phil Sheldon following the Fantastic Four as they fight Galactus. Because Marvel released a scripted podcast called Marvels, and it is based on that. It's a offshoot of that story. It's who's the guy? Ben Grimm. Ben Reilly. Yeah, the writer, the journalist in the MCU.
Yeah. Ben Urich.
Ben Urich, yes, the one that was
played
in Daredevil.
Excellently by Vondi Curtis Hall.
You know who plays him in this comic or in this podcast? Redman.
Nice.
No. Method Man. And I was like, that's interesting. I haven't listened to it yet, but I would love to see that Fantastic Four movie where it's like it's from Phil Sheldon's point of view of the fight with Galactus.
You
but
definitely.
That's not going to happen.
The thing that really sucks is because Fox fucked it up 3 times. You can't. Feige knows this. You can't have Doctor Doom be the fucking antagonist in the first one out of the MCU. Yeah. It's got to be Mole Man or Galactus. And the problem with it being Galactus is that's too much You're taking the stakes from nothing and just going boom.
Yeah, because Galactus is a big bad. Like you have,
I think you saved that for the second Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
And I think honestly,
and I do think they did it right in the early odds with that, with having Doom be the villain in 1 and then Galactus in 2. It's just they obviously fucked up the execution.
well, 1 and 2 are not terrible movies. Yeah, they just again the execution was just really flawed.
Dude. They're so fucking cheesy.
They're okay to watch, but yeah, they're hard
campy.
to watch. But the Fantastic Four, that one, oh my god, it's unwatchable.
Fan Four stick,
fucking yeah, Four Fantast.
Yeah,
but
and you're right. I think Galactus is such a big villain because it's Thanos and Kang and Galactus and I'm sure I'm leaving one out. That's a big bad that they could probably do, but they can't really do Magneto yet. The problem with X-Men that I have going forward whenever they show up in the MCU, this will be the third time we've seen Magneto. This will be the third time we've seen Professor X. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get a new Wolverine, which is fine. And that's the thing too. You could even tie in that Fox universe if you wanted to be like, that's a different version of us.
By the way, let me just say this for all of you idiots who are pissed.
Third time we'll see Cyclops again.
The rumored POC, changes being made to Fantastic Four and X-Men and stuff. They're fictional characters, I don't have any problem with like a Black Reed Richards.
Well, I saw a guy online point out that the beauty of Wolverine's character, if we were to do something like this with X-Men, is Wolverine's character is created to be ambiguous because he doesn't remember who he is. He doesn't. The only characteristics are that he's short, got the claws, got the mutton chops, and he's from Canada. And some guy was pitching that you can make him Native American or an indigenous Canadian.
He had an indigenous girlfriend for a while, Silver.
But I'm saying, like, do you know how cool that would be to see a fucking indigenous Wolverine? Because it'd be a new take, something cool.
Yeah,
and you could base, and I don't know.
I like to think.
See, what? Fuck that. No, I'm saying this out loud. I'm like, I could write a character like that,
right?
And I would prefer that.
No,
I'm not letting them have my ideas.
But here's what I'm saying is that Wolverine, part of his character arc and part of his character is that he is so discombobulated, not only by not knowing who he is, but also by the trappings of the modern world and the things that the modern world has done to him. I think if you made him Native American in the modern world, it would work. But if you made him a Native American like back before European expansion, it wouldn't.
No, that's what I mean. He would be a modern indigenous person.
I believe that Wolverine back in those times, I think if he existed, would have been much more at peace. And
no, what I'm saying is Marvel can't have my idea. Let me write the indigenous Wolverine story.
Yeah.
Actually, no, give it to an indigenous person. Somebody that actually, knows what they're talking about. I'm just a dude.
But what I'm saying is, I don't have any problem with they were talking about, I can't remember.
Just give me writing credit.
No, I can't remember who they were talking about. They were talking about making Magneto and Professor X black. And one of the actors was Denzel. And I'm like, that's fine.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't care.
No, because
it's an adaptation. It's a different story.
Also, it's not about, like, do you think when we're talking about Jonathan Majors and Jurnee Smollett that we're thinking that, did we say black actress and actor? No, because that's not the point. The point is that they're amazing actors. It's kind of like how actresses want to be just called actors and comedians want to just be called comedians.
Yeah.
Because
we shouldn't have a distinction actor and actress and yeah.
That's kind of what I'm saying is like I like Jonathan Majors because he is a fantastic actor.
The characters should be good enough.
He also happens to be black, but that's not why he's a great actor.
Yeah.
So that's...
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I'm just pissed that they didn't get a real purple actor for Thanos.
Right?
Sons of bitches.
You fuckers.
No, what you're saying is the character should be good enough on its own.
Talk about cancel culture.
You get attached to the character, not their skin color. So it shouldn't matter if their skin color is different, if it's still true to the character.
If it's well written enough and well acted enough, it doesn't matter to me.
Exactly. And that's why, but I was just saying with like, I was pushing for an indigenous Wolverine because it's still true to his character. And like you said, if you put it in the setting that it is in modern settings, it could be even more impactful to the character because it would be, and again, Marvel, get an indigenous person to write this because it is.
Yeah.
They can write. This could be such an impactful, cool story, and get it from. Don't give the writing credit to me, a white guy. Yeah. Give it to somebody that actually has experience with.
Look at you being all woke and shit.
Yeah, dude. If you can't, well, I'm not. Yeah, you can't cancel me.
So we've gone way off topic, but you know what? That's
it's fine
because
it is tied to that idea of what we think could happen with the possibilities. Right. Of the multiverse in Phase 4,
but since we're kind of getting close to the end, do you want to rank our? That's what I was thinking. Is maybe we could get to those rankings.
Yeah,
a little bit.
All right.
You said yours.
I'll go first.
We're gonna rank all.
I want to go 3-1.
Okay,
3-1. All right. So for me, at number 3, and keep in mind,
I'm ready to be blown away.
Keep in mind, both of us love these shows.
Yeah, it's tough to put them in.
And I'm just putting them in the spot in last place because if we're going to rank them, right? Number 3 is Falcon and Winter Soldier. The reason it's number 3, while I did think it was great to have, Isaiah, God, I always remember these names.
Isaiah.
The Black Captain America.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Isaiah Washington?
No. Anyway. Having him in there and having that storyline is good.
Isaiah Bradley,
yeah. Isaiah Bradley being a part of it and having that storyline is great, impactful. There's a lot of great character moments with Sam and Bucky. However, I don't know if it needs to exist because
it could have been Captain America 4.
You could have made that.
I'll go with you on that.
You could have put that into a movie.
Absolutely.
That could have worked as a movie. You didn't need 6 episodes.
But I also get why you wouldn't want to have the Falcon and Winter Soldier poster for a movie called Captain America 4.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, well, duh.
Yeah. Well, and
I get it.
And my hope out of that though that in the 4th one it's Captain America and the White Wolf.
Yeah.
Because they alluded to that. But anyway. What's your number 3?
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm willing to bet ours are pretty similar. I'm gonna go ahead and say that one.
Oh wow! I thought you were gonna put WandaVision last and then Captain America.
No, actually,
as much as you love Captain America,
what? I'm okay.
No, I'm not trying to sway your vote here.
No. I'm actually trying to figure out who I'm gonna put 2 and 1. But I know Falcon and Winter Soldier largely for the same reasons you have. That I think it could have been a very effective Captain America 4. I love that Mackie is going to do a Captain America 4. That's cool as hell. I hope they fucking bring out like the crazy comic book version. I hope they bring out MODOK. Bring me MODOK.
Well, did you know? Well, as I said in the announcement, the people that wrote the show are writing the movie.
Yeah.
So. Which I love. I love that continuity.
But here's the reason why it's tough to make it 3 is because I enjoyed the other 2 so much more, and the reason why it's hard for me to put it 3 because it was so good is because of how relevant it was to our current state of affairs in society. That's what I mean.
There's a lot of good. There's a lot of good character development.
Right. Not to get all into it, but there's a lot of very poignant and very relevant points
especially
being made about this show,
especially after last year. Yeah,
about society and whatnot, and so that's why I liked it. I loved Erin Kellyman. I just realized she was in Solo. She was Enfys Nest.
Oh.
I forgot about that until I saw it the other day. She's really recognizable, and as a redhead with freckles, I am a big fan. But I liked how I liked it, and also here's another reason why it's got to be number 3. One bad thing I got to talk about: the Sharon Carter power broker thing. Yeah. Fuck off. That was stupid, ill-advised, and it fell flat. It fell flat, dude.
I mean, it was pretty obvious she was the power broker.
I know, but the point is,
that's what I'm saying is like that was the problem. It wasn't executed well enough.
No, and then when
it could have been effective if they had done it. I think,
and now she's a bad guy. Which Agent 13 in the comics is a traitor.
Here's another problem.
She is.
Here's a problem. I think that these shows would have been better if they didn't have to deal with COVID. I think COVID kind of threw off everything. because the Black Widow end credit scene.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be her first introduction of that certain character.
Oh, spoiler. Yeah, thank you.
But she
You didn't spoil
does.
shit.
But she does show up in these first, and I think it works better.
Yeah, it does.
Because honestly, if that wouldn't have happened, I would have been like, wait a minute, what? And then I would have had to been like, oh, she's, and then I'd have to look her up. If you've watched the MCU shows, you know who now it is, but she's Lady Hydra or whatever. So it'll be interesting. And it is
setting up the Dark Avengers.
But it kind of sucks. I thought they were going to go Thunderbolts, but maybe Dark Avengers.
Dark Avengers, because you have a U.S. agent as Captain America.
Give me a fucking Thunderbolts
You
show.
have
Give me, Tyler,
yeah.
give me a fucking Thunderbolts
You have
show.
Yelena Belova as Black Widow. You get Venom to be Spider-Man. You reveal the existence of Dakin
Yeah.
and make him Wolverine.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know. About
fuck
that.
you.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm on board with that. No, give me a Suicide Squad type group.
Doom Patrol, by the way.
I mean, let's be honest. Thunderbolts.
Excellent show.
Let's be honest. Thunderbolts is the analog to Suicide Squad. You don't like Thunderbolts? I'm saying you can make a fun.
Because it's such a ripoff. It's not a ripoff. It is its own thing. The concept.
They're
is a
all
rip-off.
ripping each other off.
I know the concept.
Anyway, so yeah, but what I was going to say is I would love to see a Thunderbolts show, but I want it to be on like Hulu, so you could be a little more hard R.
I'm going to do my number 2 first because
Okay.
you got to do number 3, but you get to do number 1. And I'm willing to bet, again, that we're both very
Probably going to
similar.
match. Yeah.
WandaVision. And my number 2.
And that is also mine. So I knew that our lists are the same.
I think we both like Loki for number 1 for a couple same reasons. Is that it just happened, and also it was a bigger.
Why is WandaVision number 2?
Well, we talked about me doing something like where I talked about the expectations for each show. The expectations for WandaVision were so high, and I got caught up in that shit.
Yeah.
Paul Bettany said that thing about I've never worked with this actor before, and he was talking about himself.
And then you bring in Evan Peters from Fox X-Men
as a complete fucking red herring.
Yeah.
But he was great. I loved the Halloween episode because you got to see his fucking stupid hair from the comics.
Yeah.
Did they not realize that someday it might be in live action and those hairstyles would look fucking ridiculous?
I don't think they did.
Probably not. So the expectations were really high. I think even at the very end of the show, people were still expecting the big reveal to be Mephisto.
Yeah.
Like Agatha was working for, right?
Yeah.
It was a fantastic show. I love one of the reasons why it's 2 and not 3 is because, quite simply, they took chances that the MCU hadn't taken yet, and it fucking worked.
Yeah.
The first episode of that show is fantastic. Like, I've watched it a couple of different times.
Yeah.
Since and it's just because there's no real exposition about the outside world yet.
Yeah.
The first episode is just a self-contained 50s style sitcom, and then there's a couple of parts where like when he's choking, where just all the laughter stops, and it's just it goes from sitcom to like multi-angle,
or them communicating through the radio,
and it just gets really dark. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I really, really, really enjoyed those first couple episodes because it's like, what the fuck is going on?
And it's like I was saying, it kind of set the tone of what these were, which were very character-focused stories.
Yeah,
and
it was a great.
It's a interesting, and it's true to
Photon is cool.
And it's true to Wanda. Like that's who Wanda is as a character, and to really just be a show about grief in this world of aliens and portals and magic and all this crazy shit. To step back, and to step back into a very character-driven story about grieving and death, and it was interesting.
That's my number 2.
But Loki is obviously number 1 for both of us because.
Do you have anything to add to WandaVision besides that?
No.
Okay.
Good
show.
But Loki, the reason I loved it, we've already pretty much went through it. The fact that it's a time cop buddy comedy, the fact that it has larger scale implications, how they've opened the floodgates of a multiverse.
I'm fucking excited to see what they're gonna do, dude. I
think this was Marvel at its.
Isn't Feige making a Star Wars movie now too? You son of a bitch!
I don't know.
The guy could do no wrong.
Well, I think this is a good way to lead people into this idea of multiverses and all these other things, and Hiddleston continues to kill it as his character, and it was fun. It was fun to see him, and I think it's a good sign. And what we were talking about earlier, I think this is a way for people at Marvel to understand that, hey, Loki can exist without Thor. Thor can exist without Loki. They're strong enough characters on their own that they can drive their own stories.
And despite the fact that it was originally going to be Falcon, Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and then Loki,
the order got all fucked up.
Here's the great part: is that it worked out for the best, because WandaVision, all the expectations were so high about a reveal. It was something they'd never done before, which I don't think would have worked if you had already seen Falcon and Winter Soldier. You know what I mean? I think that would have killed it a little bit. Because you have a straightforward show and then this weird thing. So you start off with the weird thing.
Which is weird that they do that. I was just thinking about that. Sorry.
Because the way they would have done it wouldn't have been like, what? It
kind of changed the reality of how they released, because you're right. It went to like this mystical place to... Grounded. Back to mystical with Loki, back to grounded with Black Widow. You kind of have those like espionage style grounded ones to balance out the more fantastical ones. Sorry, I didn't mean.
No, you're right. You're expounding exactly on what I'm saying. Like if your first introduction to the MCU Disney Plus shows is Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then you get WandaVision, I don't know that it works as well. But here's the other thing,
especially if you go from that to Loki.
Right. You have all of those. That might have worked, actually, that transition. But
that would have worked.
Yeah. But then you would have been like, wait, whatever.
You cannot put Falcon and Winter Soldier after this, because you're going to be like, what the fuck is this?
You have WandaVision with all these expectations of a reveal, and then at the end, people are disappointed. Then you got Falcon and Winter Soldier, which doesn't have that many expectations of a reveal, so people aren't disappointed. They still love both the shows and everything. They go into Loki going, all right, now Loki's up. Man, we've been waiting a couple of weeks since Falcon and Winter Soldier ended. I'm just ready for a fun ride. And that's when they drop the fucking bomb, dude. Nobody's expecting it. I mean, by the final episode, you are.
Well,
but the first couple episodes, you're not thinking a huge reveal.
I didn't know what was going to happen in the last episode.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas Falcon and Winter Soldier, you knew that Sam was going to wear the suit.
I think the impact of Loki's ending is so much greater because of that those false expectations that we had for WandaVision.
I am surprised that you and I both agreed, because I know how much you love Captain America. So I was a little surprised. But yeah, honestly, of the three, I think Captain America, like I keep saying Captain America, that should have been Captain America 4. And I think I think WandaVision and Loki actually work better as shows.
Yeah.
Although I did say that I do think that they could have maybe cut some corners on some of the episodes, or maybe. And
we talked about the
episodes. I think episode 3 is. I think universally everybody agrees that episode 3 is kind of a weird episode,
right?
Just because it
there's some Easter eggs in it.
Well, because it's just weird pacing.
Yeah.
To have the level of excitement of like you finally get the reveal, you finally have that moment, and then you go into 3 and it's like, well, let's slow everything down.
Here's
and
an hour
have character moments, which again is understandable in a movie. It's understandable in a 2-hour plot.
But I'm an American. I ain't got no patience, so I need to see some fucking fighting and fucking.
It was 6 episodes. Could have been 5. There, I said it. Or at least made it longer.
To be fair,
it was so short.
To be fair, our 1, 2, 3 is Loki, WandaVision, and Falcon and Winter Soldier. To be fair, it's like 3.1, 3, and 2.9. They're all really fucking good episodes or shows. It's just if we have to rank the 3 of them in a 1, 2, 3 format, that's the way I have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all. I loved the fucking moment when Sam came out with his fucking suit on, dude. Because I do love Captain America.
I teared up, man.
Fuck yeah!
When he caught the SUV, the armored car coming off the side, he caught it with his wings and pushed it back up. I welled up a little bit because I was like, I want to see these characters be heroic. I love seeing these moments, and it's nice to see a guy that's been playing this character for 7 years finally get his due, finally get acknowledged. And Anthony Mackie, he's been so much fun to watch throughout these movies. And I was just so happy to see him do something really cool and heroic.
And I do got to say this, it's not really political. It's more about people who enjoy stories and why and whatever. But there was a lot of controversy and outcry from a certain aspect of the population when Captain America became black in the comics, and the thought that it's a cancel culture thing or that it's a response to the woke culture, whatever, is ridiculous. Because Falcon has been Captain America's partner for decades in the comic books. Okay. And
actually, I'm glad you brought that up.
Do you know how many more things Sam Wilson can do with that shield and as Captain America than fucking Steve Rogers can?
Yeah.
Whether you make Sam Wilson white and nobody gives a shit on that from that portion of the population that I'm talking about, right? Am I right?
Well, nobody would care. Nobody would bat an eye.
But the fact that they look at that aspect of it instead of, wow, how much cooler. It's almost like getting a new Captain America to write from a different perspective. You can have him do all these different things with his wings and the shield.
And that's the thing I wanted to point out when it ties back to
excited. I was excited to see all the things he did with his shield
right. And I want to tie it back to the Indigenous Wolverine idea.
Right.
When you had black writers write this story, and you had Anthony Mackie's input on Sam and his experience as a black man, and that's what I'm saying is I am all for getting people from and that is what Captain America's always been about. That's what these stories have always been about. We want to include everybody and let them have a voice because we're all better when we all have that, you know?
And when you see something,
and that's what it says. By the way, what they were getting mad about with that Captain America book was he was saying the American dream is a lie if we don't allow everybody in. Is what he was saying is we need to be more inclusive.
Yeah, and
which is just what Steve Rogers has always said.
Also, if you read the entire speech, it's fucking fantastic. And it's an excellent fucking book, dude.
So, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I am currently looking at United States of Captain America #1.
I brought it.
This is a whole new segment that I'm just making up right now on the fly because you brought me so many of these books.
I love comic books.
This is the segment called Tyler's Long Box.
Ooh, whoa.
It's long.
It's long, and it's a box. That's
only comic
T-shirt.
Only comic book readers are gonna get that.
We're gonna have somebody.
If somebody has never walked foot into a comic book shop, and be like, "What the fuck?"
We're gonna have a drawing of me with a big old box coming out of my pants.
So right now I'm looking at United States of Captain America. What else did you bring today?
I brought the Beta Ray Bill series up to 4 because I think it's only in 4. Daniel Warren Johnson is fantastic art. Check out some of that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Beta Ray Bill.
So these are remnants of what I bought last.
As you mentioned earlier, the Beta Ray Bill story is tied to the current Thor run because Thor does break Stormbreaker in that arc. And this whole, as you mentioned earlier, this whole miniseries is him is how Beta Ray Bill got his groove back.
Yeah,
pretty much. So I'll check that out.
And then I brought us a bunch of X books, which I think we might talk about next week.
Yeah, well, no, next week is Green Lantern Earth 1. But yes, X-Men.
But planet-sized X-Men.
Yeah.
Pepe Larraz is the artist on, I think he was Powers of X.
Yeah. No, the artists on X-Men right now are fucking fantastic. Unreal.
Yeah, RB Silva is the guy I think on House. But yeah, I mean, just because we are talking long box and we are on the air for just a little bit more, I just want to show Jake some of the fucking artwork from this fucking thing where they fucking terraform fucking Mars.
Yeah, planet-sized X-Men.
Iceman making the poles. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
just amazing.
I do. Yeah, we'll definitely get. And we touched on it.
Put it back in the bag.
In episode 0, we touched on a little bit of Hoxpox, but we will go there. Yeah, Black Knight. What is? I've heard about this. What is Black Knight?
It's. So he's a fan favorite for some reason. I never thought
is that
so.
Nova Corps armor?
Huh?
His helmet looks like Nova Corps.
No, it's just the way his helmet is. No. But it's kind of, I'm trying to get into Black Knight so that I care about him when the Eternals comes out.
Yeah.
Because I never really have. Now, I grew up in a segment in a time when Black Knight was a huge part, albeit periphery, of the main Avengers team. He always seemed to be in that book. There was an actual really excellent arc that tied into Thor where he became fused to his own blade. And he wore this special armor and eventually just became a living embodiment of the Ebony blade, and fucking Thor uses him to destroy Set, the god of death, and restore Odin and restore Asgard.
Jeez.
But it's really cool because one of the variant covers is from a very famous Thor issue, is Thor and Black Knight back to back fighting against all these Egyptian gods. And the one previous to this, the variant was just some other artist drawing the same thing. It was really cool.
Alrighty, so that was...
I'm a nerd!
Oh, and you're asking why is it only Tyler's long box? Because I mostly read my comics digitally. No, but in terms of Jake's long box,
I'm old.
I will give you my copy of Green Lantern Earth 1 Volume 1.
Which I've already read, but I want to reread it.
Yeah, and I am reading Volume 2. So... We'll be doing those for the next few weeks, or maybe we'll take.
I don't know what I was doing just there.
I don't know. Maybe we'll take a break between Volume 2. I don't know, but look out for that episode coming soon. And thanks so much. Would you stop? Thanks so much for listening to the first official episode of Off Panel Off Topic.
Off Panel Off Topic with Jake and Tyler.
Meow.
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 Meow. You stop that laugher, right? Meow.
That's true. What the fuck was that? Were you trying to purr?
And meow the news.
I hate you. So yeah, check back with us next week because we're going to be covering mostly Green Lantern Earth 1 Volume 1.
We'll be going to the DC side of the universe.
Yes.
Did you see that meme with Homer Simpson and he's got the box and it's the MCU Extended Universe and it's from when in The Simpsons he tried to make the backyard barbecue? Why does mine look like that? That fucking episode is great.
It's true. It's true.
But I honestly, DC, keep doing what you're doing, man. Seriously, it's working for you.
I'm excited for the Batman. I'm wondering what they could do with that and make it different.
I'm okay with them doing just all self-contained films.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, that would,
MCU will essentially be that.
Have you seen the photos of Keaton on Flash? It's pretty interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I got a feeling. Anyway, thanks so much for listening to our first official episode. And if you checked out episode number 0 or the one shots of the bunker audio logs that were never released to the public until now, because nobody gave us any money.
Sons of bitches.
But that was from when we used to do a Patreon show for Tinfoil Radio, and it fits this topic because it's much more pop culture and comic book related. So thank you so much, and we will see you next week when we're talking Green Lantern Earth 1, Volume 1, and a whole lot of other shit. A whole lot of bullshit. See you next time, true believers.
See you next time, true... Wait, what are we doing for the ending?
I don't know. Should just end it.
Hey, you want to be off panel? Well, I'll be off topic.
Fuck you.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking beers and smoking weed.
I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake,
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.